Hello and welcome to Chick Chat. I'm your host Jessica Fowler and I'm here with Sandy Jameson and Sonia Chalmers. We get together every once in a while and talk about things that we believe will lead to happier lives. So thank you for joining us. And today we're talking about our favorite books, or one of our favorite books, I would say. Reading is, a really important thing. I wish I read more, but we've all brought our favorite books to chat about and hopefully inspire you. So you have 3, so why don't you
Well, and I
one
wanted to bring 4, but I could only find the 3 of the 4 that I love.
Time limit.
This book was given to me as a Christmas present. Melody Beattie, Journey to the Heart. Now, you have since I mentioned this book, you've purchased this book, and you love it as much as I do.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So, essentially, this woman went on a journey to all of these sacred places and really just was open to the messages that the universe was sending. And so this book is so easy to read. When you say, I wish I read more, if you only have 5 minutes a day, like you pick up this book and you read February 28th, or where are we? We're in March now. So
every day of the year, there's a passage in here that is...
And it doesn't take you more than 5 minutes to read it, and it's food for thought. So you pick it up, you read it. If it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, maybe the message isn't meant for you at that time.
Right.
But if there's something for you to learn from that message, you'll receive that message. And I am so grateful for this book because because it's so easy to read. So anyone who says I don't have time to read, you have time for this book.
Yeah.
And it can make a huge impact on your life.
I fully agree.
It helps shift your perspective.
Absolutely.
And to your point, it's like most of them are vague enough that I can read into it my own message. So I'm always inspired. It helps me meditate a little bit. Like sometimes I read in the morning, at night.
Like here, I'll read a quick little passage. Life is more than setbacks, and it's not static. Appreciate and respect where you are now, but let yourself move to the next level when it's time. Celebrate your breakthroughs when they come. Listen to that quiet voice, that fleeting thought that says, why don't you? Even if it's something you've never done before. Right?
Boom. See?
That's inspiring.
Yeah. Recommended. Highly recommended.
What do you got there, Sonia?
So
we did this last week together.
This is not one of my favorite books, but it's a book I'm reading right now, so I thought I would pick it up. Yeah. So it's called Attached by Amir Levine and Rachel Heller. The New Science of Adult Attachment. So this was recommended to me by a girlfriend, and then I saw it on a store window, and then somebody else mentioned it on Facebook, so I thought, okay, let me check this out.
And how it can help you find and keep love. I think that's an important message just to... Right? Because people are looking for love, and this is really, and I'd be interested to read this.
So the premise of the book is that there's 3 different styles of attachment, and that we basically develop through our primary caregivers. So there's secure attachment, there's avoidance, and there's insecure. So they have a questionnaire in here for you to fill out, and this is based on years and years of research and lab studies. And the idea is that there's so there's 3 types, and then 50% of the population is secure, the other 25 is avoidant, and the other 25 is, what's the other one? Anxious. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did the questionnaire. I kind of sensed what I was going to be, so I'm a little bit of anxious and avoidant, which totally makes sense. And it's just helpful to gain awareness and to validate feelings. And I love that the book mentions that we're all meant to build connection and have relationships. So this idea of being overly self-reliant and overly independent and not needing anybody is like bullshit. And that we're repressing a lot of our own needs when we feel that way. And it also says anxious and avoidant types tend to gravitate towards each other because avoidance, withdraw, anxious people lean in. And so there's this dance between them that becomes very uncomfortable but addictive. And I don't know, I like it, I don't love it. I can go on and on, but I don't love it because it's not very, as far as I can tell, super hands-on. It's very conceptual, so there's a lot of awareness.
Name your favorite book, because there has to be one chocolate.
But this is still interesting. I'm glad I'm reading it though. My favorite book, I don't know, I love, there's so many really that I love. I mean, Eckhart Tolle's
interesting.
The Power of Now.
The Power of Now is a good one. Yeah, I love that one. There's not many days that I don't think about that book. Yeah, being in the present moment.
Yeah, it's a great one for sure.
Mine would be Daniel Goleman, Social Intelligence. If you haven't read
Which is
Daniel
not what you
Goleman,
have
it's
here.
not what I
Okay.
have.
You'll have to send me that via text.
Social Intelligence and
I can
Emotional
look at
Intelligence was the founder of that, and he's just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically the whole science behind having that social, I don't know, relationships in your life and how that impacts us on so many different levels. Really, really amazing.
Amazing. But what did you bring today?
Dataclysms. I'm a huge data nerd, I would say, and this speaks to me. Christian Rudder. He's the founder of OkCupid, and this is basically
It's a dating website?
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the biggest in the world.
Okay.
So he's basically taken all the
Check it out.
information. Yeah. It's a free one, so they have millions.
Okay.
I think it's I don't know, some hundreds of thousands of people every day. But he's taken all of the data from all the surveys and everything that people do when they become a member of OkCupid and analyzed it. And this book is about really looking at perception versus reality of what we say and what we really want versus what we really mean, and just how the internet and all the data that's available to us really can uncover this whole truth of the human nature that we've never had access to before. So what we think and what we say is one thing versus what we really do behind closed doors, and I think it's fascinating. I thought it was quite enlightening.
Cool. I'll have to check it out for sure.
Here it says in the subtext, when we think no one's looking.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Intriguing.
Yeah, it was really good. Thanks, Claire. It was a Christmas gift.
I have to, because I have, honestly, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Have you read that book?
No.
I haven't either.
Really?
Yeah.
Robin Sharma. I couldn't find it. I must have lent it to someone, but it is it's the first book that I read that really opened me up when I started learning about my spiritual side. And I think it's such an easy read that it's anybody's first, the first read. It's when you're researching spirituality, or you're trying to, be more open to, what am I trying to say? Be more open to your spiritual side. And sometimes that's, there can be fear there, right? You're not really sure what you're getting into, but if you pick up The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, it's a story that anyone can read, and really it translates into just this beautiful message. But also, so 4 favorite books: Zen and the Art of Happiness. This one here, this is for more of experienced, when you start to get into learning obviously more about spirituality, but it talks about how everything that happens is absolutely perfect, and it's not the easiest message to hear. Because even for me with my youngest daughter, I don't think I've ever mentioned on Chick Chat, but my youngest daughter was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at 8 months, and we've reached a place, long ago, about acceptance, right? So everything that happens is absolutely perfect because we create the life that we want. So this life that I visualize in the future, having a house with a forest, and all of these things that happen right now are perfect because they're necessary in order for that vision to become a reality. So this book really talks about how you can trust. It's not that anything that happens is this is the silver lining, or it's it's about this being the best possible thing to happen for that life to come forward for us. So I highly recommend this. Within the first 2 pages, it really drives that message. So
is it about releasing resistance?
it's been a while since I read it.
Is this where you get your trusting from?
Yes.
Because she always says, I trust it, and I think it's the most beautiful thing that you say.
This is exactly where it came from.
Okay.
And about 10 years ago, the resistance, I don't know. I'd have to reread it with that, I don't usually read with that sort of message or that, that perception, but yeah, I trust everything because of this book.
Oh,
this
interesting.
book changed everything.
I will want to
for
read
me
that
by Chris Prentice.
That is a big statement,
And then this is my Bible, Feng Shui, the Western Guide to Feng Shui.
When Sandy comes over, she's always feng shuiing.
Close your bathroom door.
Yeah, keep your toilet lid. Sit down, because it's like money flushing down the toilet.
And what's another one, the mirror in front of you if there's a door behind you?
Oh, I don't know if I know that one.
You told me that one.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't see a mirror in the middle of the night, so you shouldn't be able to see a mirror getting out of bed because you can spook yourself.
Well, that's true.
Right? So honestly, I've lent this book out, but I don't lend it out for long because I pick this up when I need to focus energy on love, for example. Let's say my partner and I are having an off week. I'll revisit the love section of every room in my house, and I'll pull out the book and I'll just revisit. I don't always remember everything, but it tells you for love. So put posters, painting, collages, photos, and figures of your significant other. Pair things such as lovers, doves, dolphins. Like it tells you, it's a guide to helping you. You walk into any room, you divide that room into 9 squares, and it tells you your love section, your health section, and things that will help to enhance that section. So it's the power of intention.
Aw.
So this is a resource guide for me, and I highly recommend it. Feng Shui is a huge part of my life. It has been for over 10 years, and again, it's about intention. So
That's empowering too. You're setting
Yes,
up your
I like
space.
that.
Yeah.
so I could not
So
decide on
what you
one.
want.
I had to bring a stack.
Well, I'm
That's
glad you
great.
did.
Yeah.
We've all had a very good array of books.
Yeah,
here, I think.
I think this one is a good one to talk about, even with your girlfriends, to do the questionnaires together and see what you come up with. Like we did the questionnaire
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
Wasn't